How toxic people distort reality with words. Words are far more than simple communication tools. They shape our perceptions, build or break trust, and serve as weapons for those who seek to manipulate. Throughout history, language has inspired nations, forged connections, and spread truth. But in the hands of toxic individuals, words become instruments of deception, evasion, and psychological control. Toxic people, habitual manipulators who exploit, lie, and avoid accountability, rely on specific phrases to gaslight their victims, shift blame, and dodge responsibility. These linguistic traps distort reality, making victims doubt their own judgment, while the manipulator escapes scrutiny. Let's examine the 5 most common and dangerous phrases manipulators use, understanding how they work, why they're effective, and how to defend against them. By recognizing these tactics, we can reclaim clarity, demand accountability, and build healthier relationships. 1. It's not my fault. The art of deflection. At the core of toxic behavior lies the refusal to take responsibility. The phrase, "It's not my fault," is a classic deflection tactic, redirecting blame onto others or circumstances. While everyone makes mistakes, toxic people weaponize this phrase to avoid consequences. This works because it protects the manipulator's ego. They lack the humility to admit faults. By shifting blame, they create confusion that makes accountability difficult. In workplaces or families, this can normalize a culture where no one owns their mistakes. The damage is profound. It erodes trust, the foundation of relationships, prevents personal growth. No mistakes acknowledged means no lessons learned, and burdens others who compensate for the manipulator's failures. Counter it by demanding specifics. If not your fault, whose is it? Set clear boundaries. I need you to take responsibility before we continue. And document patterns. Chronic blame shifting is a major red flag. 2. You're overreacting. Gaslighting in action. Gaslighting makes victims doubt their own perceptions. You're overreacting dismisses valid emotions and frames the victim as irrational. This undermines the victim's confidence over time. It shifts focus from the manipulator's harmful behavior to the victim's reaction. By labeling responses as dramatic, it discourages future objections. Victims may suppress emotions to avoid being too sensitive, leading to isolation as they stop sharing feelings. The manipulator gains control over the victim's sense of reality. Defend yourself by affirming your reality. My feelings are valid. Flip the script. Why focus on my reaction rather than your actions? Seek external validation from trusted friends or professionals. 3. Trust me. The empty promise. Trust is earned, not demanded. When habitual liars say, "Trust me," it's usually a ploy to bypass accountability, asking for blind faith without evidence. This exploits people's natural desire to believe others. Instead of proving trustworthiness, they make it the victim's job to trust, often with guilt trips. If you cared, you'd trust me. Each broken "trust me" erodes the victim's ability to trust. Trapped in the cycle, they keep giving chances, hoping this time will be different. Respond by setting conditions. Trust is built through actions. Show me. Point out inconsistencies. You've broken trust before. What's changed? Sometimes walking away is necessary. Trust requires consistency. 4. Everyone does it. Normalizing harm. This phrase morally excuses bad behavior by framing it as common and therefore acceptable. It works by appealing to conformity. No one wants to be the odd one out, and diffusing individual guilt. If everyone does it, personal responsibility lessens. The damage is corrosive. It justifies corruption, cheating, or abuse as normal, and silences dissent to maintain the status quo. Challenge it by questioning the premise. Do ethical people do this? Stand firm. I don't care what others do. I choose what's right. 5. I had no choice. The fake victim. Manipulators love playing victim. I had no choice. Frames actions as unavoidable, denying personal agency and blame. This evasion tactic presents them as passive, often with guilt-inducing lines like, "You don't understand the pressure I faced." It fosters a culture of excuses where manipulation gets rewarded, countered by affirming agency. There are always choices. You made this one. Refuse to indulge their victim narrative. Words shape reality. Language doesn't just describe reality, it creates it. When manipulators twist words, they distort perception itself. Recognizing these tactics helps reclaim truth. Spot patterns. Serial manipulators reveal themselves over time. Demand clarity, vague language is suspect. Model honest communication. Toxic people use words to confuse, control, and corrupt. But we can fight back by recognizing manipulation, demanding accountability, and using language with integrity. In conclusion, share this knowledge, practice assertiveness. Don't let toxic phrases pass unchallenged. Follow for more insights, tips, and content. Words have power. Let's use them wisely.